What if the key to living healthier, happier life wasn't just about taking care of yourself, but about taking care of others, specifically the elderly? Welcome back to Healthy and Happy Living with Tiriaq. I am Dalia Jamil. Hopefully, you can hear my smile. In today's episode, we're going to dive into something that's often overlooked but incredibly powerful: caring for the elderly. It doesn't just help them, it can also boost our own health and happiness. You heard it right. Helping the older generation can make us feel more fulfilled, healthier, and even happier. So, if you've ever wondered what you can get out of giving back, and before we dive in, I just want to take a second to share a quick story. When I was growing up, my grandma was a huge part of my life. She lived with us for a few years when I was a kid, and though I didn't always realize it at the time, those years shaped who I am today. Not only did I get to learn from her wisdom and experience, but I also began to understand the deeper emotional bonds as she gets older. Those days gave me a sense of purpose I didn't fully appreciate back then, but now as I reflect, I realize how much those simple moments impacted my life. So, today let's explore how caregiving for the elderly can positively impact our lives in ways we might not even expect. Let's start with the emotional side of things. Caring for someone, especially an older person, brings a sense of purpose. And it turns out that purpose is incredibly important for our mental well being. Studies have shown that when we have sense of purpose, it's linked to higher life satisfaction, lower levels of depression, and even better physical health. But it's not just about purpose. There is something special about the emotional connection we form when we care for someone. Whether it's a family member, a neighbor, or someone at a senior care center, these relationships are often marked by a deeper sense of mutual care. When we connect with older people, we're not just helping them, we're creating meaningful, lasting bonds that give us a sense of belonging. And here is the thing: these kinds of connections are proven to boost happiness. You don't have to look far to see how loneliness and isolation can take a toll, especially on older people. When we take the time to be there for them, we also take care of ourselves emotionally. It's a win-win. Now, let's talk about physical side of caregiving because believe it or not, this is where things get interesting. Taking care of the elderly often means you're physically active, whether it's helping them walk, running errands, or just helping around the house. Those little tasks add up, and without even realizing, we're getting a good amount of movement into our day. It's not about hitting the gym either. It's about the simple everyday activities that help you stay active, things like walking to the grocery store with your loved ones or even helping them with physical therapy exercises. These activities are not only beneficial to them, but they keep you physically active too. And here is something that might surprise you: caregiving can actually help reduce your stress. I know it sounds counterintuitive, right? But it's true. The act of caring for others, being kind, compassionate, and supportive, releases a bunch of feel good hormones in our bodies. We're talking about oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins, all of which help reduce stress and boost our mood. So, in a way, helping others help us feel better mentally and physically. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about how caregiving can help our brains sharp. One of the best parts about caring for older adults is the conversations. Have you ever noticed how, when you spend time with someone who's lived a full life, you learn something new? Whether it's a funny story, a piece of advice, or just a reflection on life, these interactions stimulate your brain and encourage you to think critically. This type of mental stimulation is so important, especially as we age. Engaging with older people keeps our mind sharp and helps us. It challenges us to think outside the box, learn new things, and reflect on our own lives. It's not just about talking, though, it's about listening. Many elderly individuals have incredible life stories, and through those stories, we gain insight into history, different perspectives, and the world around us. There is a deep intellectual reward in learning from others, and it helps us feel more connected to the world, not just our own little bubble. Caring for the elderly is also about preserving a sense of community and tradition. When we take the time to look after older generations, we're helping to keep traditions alive, celebrating holidays in a particular way, or simply maintaining connection to our cultural roots. In a way, this creates a bond that spans generations. Not only do we learn from the elderly, but we also help preserve their legacy. This sense of continuity brings comfort and meaning not just to the elderly person, but to the whole community. And here is another thing that make you think. When we care for the elderly people, we're not just caring for them individually, we're helping build a more compassionate society where we look out for each other, no matter what stage of life we're in. And now let's wrap it up. Caring for the elderly is a powerful thing. It's not just about what we're doing for them, it's about what they are giving back to us. We gain a sense of purpose, strengthen our physical health, stimulate our minds, and build a deeper connection to our communities. It's a reciprocal relationship that improves the lives of everyone involved. I encourage you to think about ways you can get involved in caregiving, whether it's helping a family member, volunteering at a senior center, or even just checking on a neighbor. The rewards aren't always immediate, but trust me, they are real and lasting. And before I sign off, I want to hear from you. Do you have any personal stories about caring for an elderly person has impacted your life? Share them with us on social media or send me a message. We'd love to hear your experiences. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and review the podcast. It really helps us to get the word out. I'll be back next week with another episode. And until then, remember, taking care of others might just be the key to taking care of yourself. And take joy wherever you go. See you next time.